What's going on, guys? So I'm here to give you guys my final thoughts and opinions on A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I just finished watching the final episode, like, not even 5 minutes ago. Now I know this is like a little bit late, but I've been busy and stuff, so I'm just now getting around to it. But so sorry about that, but I still wanted to cover this and finish it up because oh, forgive me. We've done every episode up till this one, and so I just, I wanted to wrap it up, put a nice little bow on it, and send it on its way as we move into the next things here. And that way, for anybody that does want to go back and watch these reviews in the future, they have all of them there. They're not just hanging without that final one. But man, overall, well, okay, how do I want to? I think we'll talk about the episode of itself first, and then I'll give like my series thoughts. So this episode, we pick up Dunk is chilling against a tree, and he's met with two of the knights that helped him fight. He's met with the cousin of the one guy that kind of like betrayed him at the beginning of the Battle of the Seven. That's like become his friend throughout the series, and then we also get the guy that I don't know if he's like a king or like what he does, but he like wears the crown with the deer antlers, but he sits there and they basically have a conversation. And basically the sum up of this episode is it's the Targaryens, the brother of Baelor. I forget what Baelor's brother's name, but basically the one that's going to be in running for the throne now that Baelor was killed in the last episode. He basically asked Dunk if he would squire for him, and Dunk would become his knight under him, and then I'm not sure if it's the King's Guard, but somebody would finish off Dunk's training for him because apparently he still has much to learn, and Sir Arlen of Pennytree wasn't able to teach him everything. Dunk basically declines this and says that he's kind of done with princes, and can you blame him? And then we kind of go on and we get a scene again here with the cousin that became a knight that right before the Battle of Seven, that was the squire for the guy that betrayed Dunk. He ends up with the girl that was sleeping with one of the kings, and she's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant now," and you can see Dunk wants to tell the guy, and I don't know if the guy's like naive or stupid or what, but there's like no way that that's his child, because the way they make it sound like she was tending to his wounds the night before the conversation took place, and while she was tending to his wounds, and now she looks like she's 3 or 4 months pregnant, and it's like there's no way. But I mean, I guess maybe, like, considering the time period, they don't know that much about science, but like a woman being pregnant is a woman being pregnant. Like, they're gonna know that it takes time. I don't know. Like, I think that one's kind of dumb. I think that's kind of a dumb thing right there that they did. I think that's one dumb thing you can point out in this whole series. But I mean, that one thing, I mean, compared to most shows like Starfleet Academy, yeah, overall. Oh, and then he also gets Sweetfoot back for Dunk, so we get another scene with Sweetfoot, and basically he tells the kid that he can't take Sweetfoot. It's too many horses for him, pretty much, and I don't blame him. 3 horses by yourself seems like a lot, dude. And so he gives Sweetfoot to this kid, the kid that has the 4-month pregnant wife, and was knighted before the trial of 7. I'm pretty sure you guys if you've been watching the show, you have an idea of who I'm talking about. And Sweetfoot basically is going to stay on an apple orchard with this kid, and I think it's a great ending for this horse. I was wanting to see a good ending for this horse in the first episode. It was like the first or second episode. I was like, I need a good ending for this horse. We had a great ending for this horse, and so I'm happy with that. One thing I'm not too happy about, now it could be that I'm not just a book, because I'm not a book reader, I haven't read these books. I just, like, the girl, where did she go? Like, the girl that Dunk was doing all this for, like, the last 3 episodes, like, where did she disappear to? I'd love to have seen her again, or like maybe like thank Dunk or something like that. But it's like, no, you don't hear from her again whatsoever, and so that was a little disappointing. I won't lie. I was kind of hoping maybe she would have went with him and Aegon in the end. That's right. I forget. Egg does leave with Dunk. He does do that, and Dunk does accept him as his squire. Um, I don't think the guy that Baelor's brother, I don't think he's going to, the dad of Aegon, I don't think he's going to go and look for Aegon all too hard. I think he's a little worried about him being gone with Dunk, but I don't think it's his biggest worry, because they have a conversation where, so after Dunk says that he doesn't want him, he's kind of done with princes, he kind of makes his realization that he kind of needs to make sure Aegon doesn't end up like a piece of shit, and that like his older brother, and can possibly lead the kingdom into a better place. And so Dunk goes back and is like, hey, like, I'll look after him, but he's going to come with me. He's going to stay in stables. He's basically not going to live like royalty. And Aegon's dad is like, no, I don't like that. And he kind of like walks up to him, and he kind of like looks him like kind of like face to face, and he's all like, I can't believe I think he said he's the only son I got left. And then he kind of just like puts his head down and like walks out of the room. I believe this is to be like up for interpretation, but the way I took it as is it was him giving his consent without like verbally giving his consent. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like this, but if he leaves with you and I'm not aware about it until later, then I'm just not going to work, that type of thing. You know what I mean? Because I think he knows that if Aegon stays there, there's a far higher likelihood that he's going to end up like his older brother than being a good knight like or a good king like Baelor was looking to be. So I think that it was like him like unofficially like giving his consent to go on this thing with Dunk. And so overall, and then the episode ends with Dunk and Aegon riding off, and we get a scene, we get cuts to the side, and Sir Arlen's there walking with Sweetfoot, and then they kind of veer off, and Dunk and Egg goes straight, and Sir Arlen goes off this way, kind of like signaling that I think we're ending the Sir Arlen stuff, and in season 2 we're just going to go with Egg and Dunk. And so yeah, overall I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give this episode, yeah, I'm still up there. I think this is great stuff. 8 out of 10. I had a good time. I wasn't bored. Every scene was needed, and yeah, it was like a great show. So I'm going to say 8 out of 10 on the series. I hope you guys enjoyed my review for the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms series, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys back here next week for Monarch Legacy of Monsters, Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Oh my god. Okay, bye.